In case of a lightning risk, what is Singaporeans' contingency plan? I think this is a very important question that we have got to ask. We know that the symbol of the PAP is the lightning, but with lightning comes the lightning risk. In case of the lightning risk, what is your contingency plan? I think it is an important question that Singaporeans need to ask.
They are spending $335 million on a Founders Memorial. $335 million. Our founding ministers were frugal people who explicitly said they didn't want any memorials. They would insist on traveling economy class. What would they think of today's ministers chartering private planes at taxpayer expenses? What are we hoping to do with this memorial anyway? Perform Qingming rituals to pray to them? Right. The ministers claim their astronomical salaries aren't connected to Singapore's high costs. That's a lot of nonsense. Every dollar wasted on unnecessary positions and monuments is a dollar that could have gone directly to you. And my companies are profitable because I eliminate waste and focus on value. So Singaporeans could be so much more prosperous if we applied the same principles to governance. The choice is clear. Continue with a government that wastes your money on unnecessary positions and monuments, or vote for a future where that money goes directly into your pocket through a citizen's dividend.
We are not saying every new citizen must serve in the army or police. If they are older, we understand. They may not be able to. But there are many other ways to serve. They can work in our hospitals. They can join the SADF as emergency medical technicians. National service is not just about fighting. It is about contributing. It is about binding all of us together, no matter our background, as Singaporeans. If you want to call yourself a Singaporean, then you must serve Singapore in some way.
If you want to bring our nation's fertility rate back up, you want to build families that are grounded, rooted here in Singapore, that people that are willing to say, yes, Singapore is my home, then we can't have this musical chairs that's eventually going to tumble one day. We can't have the uncertainty, the long BTO waiting times, and skyrocketing prices. Relooking housing policies is something that RDU and Red Dot United will push for in Parliament if elected. My team and I will make sure that a roof over our heads for all Singaporeans remain affordable and accessible for all. Today, I speak not just for the residents of Jurong East and Bukit Batok, but for all Singaporeans. Well, as you guys have known, the recent tariffs by the Trump administration have shaken us. But the issues Singaporeans face at home have been front and center of our minds even before Trump's second presidency. In repeatedly pointing to geopolitical issues, the PAP seems to have forgotten that there are issues yet to be addressed and resolved here back at home. A high cost of living, job insecurity from an open labour policy, record high resale HDB prices, drastically low fertility rates, population replacement policies that may lead to a frayed social compact, and I could go on and on.
Just a few days ago, I met a resident who told me they had to cancel their medical appointment. Why? Because they had to choose between paying for a consultation or buying groceries to eat at least one meal that day. Imagine that. a country as wealthy as ours, people are still having to choose between food and medicine. Yes, we hear about government vouchers, support schemes, but how dignified it is to have to depend on handouts just to survive. This is not just about policies. It's about people. It's about the lived experiences of our fellow Singaporeans, our neighbors, our families.
Please remember, any MP, whether from the ruling party or the opposition, can do grassroots work. Any MP can attend events, shake your hands, smile at you, and be visible in the community. But there's a difference between being seen on the ground and truly improving people's lives. Yes, it's easy for ruling party PAP MPs to appear popular. But let's not forget, PAP MPs will say they walk the ground and yet still vote for things like GST hikes, transport fare hikes, policies that hurt the middle and lower income groups the most. And when it comes down to it, PAP MPs will always toe the party line, even if it means voting for policies that will make your life harder. Do you agree? Representation isn't just about being seen. It's about standing up when it matters.
The government has not been able to solve the high cost of housing, and it is always rigid in its implementation of reform, preferring instead to tweak the system rather than holistically revamping our housing policies. How many times have the government deployed the cooling measures? ABSD, BBS, BBDC, ABCDE, all. The price of our house is still rising. So in RDU, we actually propose that HDB estate should be eligible for SCRS. We also want to introduce a rent-to-own scheme for lower income groups and young singles, and recommend restriction on resale purchases by new citizens and PR. This will allow Singaporeans to prioritize long-term housing supply for Singaporeans.